mountains. Ain't no psychiatrist, ain't no doctor with degrees, but it don't take too much time to see what you're doing to me. You better think about what you're trying to do to me. Yeah, think, let your mind go, let yourself be free. Oh, freedom, 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 oh, freedom, yeah, freedom, now freedom, 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 give me some freedom, oh, freedom, hey, think about it, think about it, ain't nothing you could ask, I could answer you what I want, but I was gonna change it, I'm not if you keep doing things I don't. You better think about what you're trying to do to me. Oh, think, let your mind go, let yourself be free. People walk around every day playing games and taking scores, trying to make other people lose their mind. Well, be careful you don't lose yours. Oh, think about what you're trying to do to me. Woo-hoo. Think, let your mind go, let yourself be free. You need me, and I need you. Without each other, ain't nothing even can do. Oh, think about it, baby. What you trying to do to me? Come on, baby. Think about it right now. Yeah, right now. Oh, right now. Hey, right now. You think about it, baby, baby. Oh, to the bone, baby.
May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others and let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung. And may you stay forever young. May you stay forever young. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth and see the light surrounding you. May you always be courageous, stand upright and be strong. And may you stay forever young. May you stay forever young. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. May your heart always be joyful. And may your song always be sung. And may you stay forever young. May you stay forever young.
quarantine. Ain't no flat countries, ain't no doctor with degrees, but it don't take too much time to see what you're doing to me. You better think about what you're trying to do to me. Yeah, think, let your mind go, let yourself be free. Oh, freedom, 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 oh, freedom, yeah, freedom, now freedom, freedom.
In Japan, the hand can be used like a knife. But this method doesn't work with a tomato. That's why we use the ginsu. It's a knife that no kitchen should be without. The ginsu is so sharp it can cut through a tin can and still slice a tomato like this. It can chop wood and still remain razor sharp. I also want you to have this 6-in-1 kitchen tool. It peels and slivers carrots, peels potatoes, and slices paper-thin potato chips. We'll even give you this set of 6 precision steak knives. The handles even match the ginsu. And to make the offer completely irresistible, you'll get this unique spiral slicer. Down and down, around and around, and you'll have a beautiful garnish for your dinner table. Now how much would you pay? Guaranteed in writing for 50 years for only $9.95. It's the most incredible knife offer ever. Here's how to order.
Call toll-free 1-800-835-2246 or save COD charges by sending $9.95 to Ginsu, Box 6688, Chicago.
Here comes the Hit Machine, one of K-Tel's greatest albums ever. 20 original hits, original stars, Maxine Nightingale.
Right back to where we started from.
Superstar Elton John.
Island girl.
Kids, Linda Ronstadt, Johnny Taylor, and John Sebastian.
Welcome back.
Hit Machine, the music never stops with the fantastic Bellamy Brothers. Supergroup of 76, KC and the Sunshine Band. Brandon McLean, Jesse Calder, Rick Springfield, and Rick Dean. Sensational Starbucks. Hit Machine rolls out 20 fantastic original hits. Walter Murphy and the Big Apple Band. Hit Machine, 20 giant hits, all original stars. $5.99 from K-Tel. Tape $7.99.
I'm a little bit country, and I'm a little bit rock and roll. I'm a little bit of Memphis and Nashville, with a little bit of Motown in my soul. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I know I love it so. I'm a little bit country, and I'm a little bit rock and roll.
It's the Muppet Show with our very special guest star, Mr. Steve Martin.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the light. It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight.
It's time to put on makeup. It's time to dress up right. It's time to get things started.
I like the old opening better. It's time to get things started
On the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Muppetational. This is what we call a Muppet Show.
green smoke.
Overture, curtain lights, this is it, the night of nights. No more rehearsing and nursing a part. We know every card by heart. Overture, curtain lights, this is it. We'll hit the heights, and oh, what heights we'll hit. On with the show, this is it. Tonight, what heights we'll hit. On with the show, this is it.
You know how old I am now, right? You should. So I just wanted to let you know, I'm not going to have an introduction. My name's Jen. Nice to meet you. Also wanted you to know that I today put on a brand new hormone replacement therapy patch, so I'm ready to go. Okay, I'm ready to go. Thank you for the HRT. Thank you. Also, I'm way funnier if you want to move up. We're not going to pass the offering plate. You just you want to you know what? It's by donation. Do whatever you want. I don't care. But I've been on the road, living on the road for the last month. I had a gig all the way out on Corbin Avenue, like about a month ago. And then I went all the way across the county. I was out in Mount Pleasant last week and had a gig on North Union at Forest Hills. They don't like it when you say hills. There's only one hill. Next time, where's Forest Hill people? I saw you. You mad, aren't you, because I said hills and not hill? Anyway, so I had a gig there. So it is so nice to be back in my home pews tonight. I have played at all the Tajma fellowship halls that I can lately. I'm still hoping for the arena one day. But I was late getting here tonight because I stopped at the gas station. I had to get gas, and I got interrogated, just absolutely interrogated by the gas pump. It had all these questions. I just wanted to get gas. So I, put my card in. It's like, credit or debit? Debit. Car wash today? No. You sure you don't want a deluxe? No. Are you a loyalty card member? No. Do you want to be? No. Do you need a receipt? No. Then it says, this is my favorite part of getting gas, protect your PIN. And it shows you this little graphic of how to protect your PIN. It shows you to put your hands up so nobody can see your PIN. So I did that. And I got my gas. And it landed on $16.66. And I can't have it land on the sign of the devil. I'm not that superstitious, but I can't have 666 following me around. I'm like, devil, look, I love your eggs, but you're not riding shotgun with me. So then I had to buy more gas for other people to get rid of the 666. Does anybody do that? Because if I'm in the grocery store and I land on $16.66, I'm like, no, I'm buying some gum and some milk and some more eggs. So we cannot have it land on the 666. So I just wanted to let you know I did not bring the devil in here with me tonight. Thank you. But all are welcome. I'm sorry. Has anybody given up anything for Lent? What'd you give up for Lent? Hold on, before you answer that. For those of you whose seats are hot and you hadn't been in church for a while, let me explain to you what Lent is for you heathens that are out there sitting all the way in the back. Lent is the season, doesn't have anything to do with laundry, okay? Doesn't have anything to do with laundry. It's L-E, not L-I. But Lent is the season. It's the 40 days before Easter that in the Christian tradition that we typically spend time in self-reflection, disciplines. Some people fast. We're more intentional about prayer, and sacrifice. So sometimes for Lent, we give something up. Avery, are you still going to share? What did you give up for Lent? You gave up soda? Is that why you're in a fetal position now? How's that going? Anybody else? You give up anything for Lent that you want to talk about? No? Okay, that's fine. So what I decided to do this year for Lent was instead of giving something up, I decided that I was going to be way more focused and intentional about my prayer time. And I'll tell you why I did that. And the reason is because I didn't want to give up my wine at night. So I was like, I'll do the prayer thing. So usually when I drive, I like to, have music up or listening to podcasts or whatever. I'm like, that'll be my prayer time. So I'll just be really focused, and I'll turn the music down, and I'll actually talk out loud. And I try to always start a prayer from a place of gratitude. So I'm driving, and I'm thinking about, okay, I'm okay, God, just thank you for the beauty that's around us, and the daffodils, and the birds are singing, and this lady in my rear view, I hope you follow Jesus as close as you're following me right now. I hope you need to ask for forgiveness right now. Just ask, hold on, let me focus. I'm sorry. Whew, hang on. Okay, my family. Okay, God, I'm thankful for my family. I have 2 boys that you have blessed me with, if that's what you want to call it. And my oldest son, Max, I love him. He's doing so good. He's such a good man. And his hair reminds me of Samson. And God, if you just see fit that he could get a haircut, that would be great, because I really think he needs a haircut. And that ring in his nose too, God, I just feel like the devil could lead him around by that. If you could, no offense about God. So thank you for Max. No, and just the hair, just a thought. And no, but God, hey, there's a Chick-fil-A. Let me pull in here. This is the God's Chick-fil-A right here. I'm going to go through the drive-thru. Okay. Can I get a number 1 with a Diet Coke? Because I gave up, sugar. Okay. It's your pleasure. Thank you. So I got my Chick-fil-A. God, thank you for Chick-fil-A. And that they take the Lord's Day off, and I totally understand that, God. Thank you for Chick-fil-A. And, thank you for my son, Joe. Thank you for Joe. When I think of Joe, I think about that time that you multiplied the fishes and loaves, and that's how many socks he has on the floor all the time. And he could, put them on 5,000 feet, God. If you could just see it in your heart to let him just pick up 1 sock every once in a while and just put it in the laundry, I would just really appreciate that. But I'm thankful. I'm thankful for that. And that lady just blew through that light like the parting of the Red Sea was going to close right back up on her. Did you see that, God? Strike her down. I say, smite her. Smite her, God. But I haven't given up my evening wine, so that's why I am working on my prayer life. So I'm the youth director here. I've been the youth director here for 800 years, and give or take. But we were doing an event a couple of weeks ago, and we were coming back in the van. And sometimes I count and make sure we have everybody. And I've done it so long. I'm like, you know what? If they don't show up, their parents are going to know, so they can just take care of it. It'll be fine. But anyway, I did the responsible thing. I was like, hey, we'll be back in about 20 minutes. If you could just text your ride and make sure that they're there when we get back, that would be great. And as we were driving back, I started to realize that I never had that convenience of being able to, hey, text your ride, make sure they're there, text this, text that, whatever. So they just don't understand that walking a very fine line when you get back to the church or get back to the school after a game or whatever, and there's nobody there to pick you up. And you can't call anybody because you don't have a phone. And so you just think about it real hard. It's like, Mama, you better come get me. Mama, come get me. Mama, you better come get me. And she probably doesn't even know where you are, that you've ever left. So you had to do this thing, Avery. I don't know if you've ever heard of this before or not. You had to do this thing called wait. And you had to wait. And maybe somebody would show up to pick you up, and maybe they wouldn't. And so maybe you waited a long, long time because you didn't have a phone. You didn't even have a pager at the time. And then if you got really lucky, maybe there was a payphone. It was this giant box that hung on a brick wall, and it had numbers on it, and it had like a receiver with a finger. Now, here was the tricky thing. What did you have to make a call with a payphone? You had to have coins. Coins are these little tiny round things. They're hard and made of different metals, and they're different denominations, like 5 cents. Anyway, you might have seen a quarter before. So, but I never had any change because I already spent it on the vending machine, of course. So we came up, if you could get, did anybody ever call their parents collect? So if you called collect, what you would do is you would, put your number in that you had to have memorized, by the way. And so you would call, and like your mama would pick up, and the operator would say, collect call from caller, what is your name? And then if you could come up with a clever enough name so the call didn't actually have to go through, and your mama knew who it was and what you were asking, then you didn't have to pay for that collect call. So I'd be like, okay, I'm call collect. Okay, caller, what is your name? Anita? I need a ride. Get it? I need a ride. Thank you, Gail. I need a ride. If they were closer, they could hear what I'm talking about. So sometimes you'd have to wait. You'd have to make a collect call. How many of you here, and I promise I won't make fun of you. It's not true. How many of you here still have a landline? Oh, you hail from the 1900s. Wow. I miss where the covered wagons were parked out front with your dry goods and your churned butter. But you say that. A landline is when they hang a phone, like they have a permanent phone in their house. You want a soda so bad now, don't you? I'm sorry. But yet my parents got rid of their landline only a few years ago. But it's just odd to think about that phones have become such this little, it's like we walk around with this rectangle brain. And if we don't have it with us, it's like we're missing an appendage. If you walk out of your house and you don't have your phone or your sippy cup or your keys or whatever, it can just ruin your whole day. And you can't, you look stuff up, you order stuff, you never get lost. I mean, it does everything for you. There's no such thing as location. There's no such thing as wandering. It's all right there, and you can look it up. Let me give you an example. And it has totally changed the way that we do commerce in this country, or in the world. Let me give you an example. When I say Amazon, are you thinking of a river in South America? No, you're not. You're thinking about that thing that's going to be delivered in the morning, first thing, that cardboard box that's sitting out on your front porch. I know. But how many of you really enjoy the online shopping? Like sometimes you will be in a conversation, oh, we need balloons. I can have them here before we leave, y'all. I can have them here before we leave, and if I pay $4.99 extra, they'll be blown up, okay? It's that fast. But I used to love, before there was Amazon, before there was Wayfair, before there was eBay and all that stuff, y'all, the dopamine rush that I would get when I was in middle school and on Friday afternoon while they were calling the bus riders out, and your teacher walked around, and on everybody's desk she put a Scholastic book order. Some of y'all are way too excited. You could still smell the ink. It was that cheap, thin newsprint. Like if you sneezed on it, it was smeared, it was ruined. But that Scholastic book order, ooh, yes, I'm taking this home and I'm going to have me a Scott Baio poster in 6 to 8 weeks. But you'd look through it and it'd have all these books and everything. But that's not what you were looking at. You were looking at a Dukes of Hazzard poster. You were looking at an iron-on patch of Garfield. Yeah, that's what you were doing. And then just for good measure, you'd be like, oh, I'll make my mama happy. I'll get some Judy Bloom too. I'll get some Judy Bloom. So you look filling it out in those little tiny spaces, you know, you filling it out, writing in your name and all that stuff, and you got to do tax. I'm like, oh, I'm not doing that part. And you get to there, it's like, cash, check, or money order. I don't have. Mama, I need a money order. Mama, I need a money order. So I'm going to be literate. So I'm going to buy a book. I need a money order. And then what I and then you'd forget that you ordered it. And then like 10 weeks later, right, they'd come in with that box. And it was like, you were the chosen ones. Give me my poster. Give me my poster. But that was always a lot of fun to do the Scholastic Book Fair order forms. The other thing that I used to love growing up was the production value of the stuff that they would sell on TV. Now, some of you were in here, but I showed you a Ginsu knife commercial, and I saw some of you nodding that you remember the Ginsu knife. But what they would do is they were really, really smart at marketing is they would tell you about a problem that you had that you didn't know it was a problem. And then they would show you a product in great detail about how they were going to solve your problem. So, like, you needed a Ginsu knife because does your knife chop wood? Can it slice through a beer can and then cut a tomato this thin? I didn't even know it was supposed to do that. Mama, we need a money order. Can you glue a construction worker by his hard hat to a steel beam 80 stories up? No, I can't, but I bet I'm going to try now. Do you hate when you have to get up out of your chair and walk 2 feet to turn your lights off? I'm counting that as applause, thank you. All the problems that we didn't know we had, and you're like, Mom, I need a money order because I'm getting a Mr. Microphone. Hey, good looking, I'll be back to pick you up later. But one of my favorites, I absolutely love this, was any kind of music compilation that they would sell. I don't know how old you are. Any kind of music compilation that they would sell, and my favorite commercial was there was always this couple that was, dressed in their Love Boat outfits and all that stuff, and they were sitting in front of a fireplace. And they were sitting on a couch, and they had their glass of white wine, and you kind of felt creepy for looking at them because, like, I feel like I'm interrupting something, you know? And they want to sell you the greatest love songs of the 70s. And I absolutely loved it, but it was like as soon as you would get into one song, they would switch it, and it became like your own medley.
Sunshine of my life.
Oh, whoops, sorry.
You once, twice, 3 times.
And you can tell everybody this is your song.
Let's get it on.
Oh, fire just got hot.
Let's love, baby. Let's get
Strumming my bed with his fingers, singing my life with his words.
Ooh, baby.
Let's stay together, y'all. But yeah, did anybody ever order those? I found a commercial the other day. It was $5.99 for 8-track and $7.99 for cassette. And I know what I'm talking about because I was a member of Columbia House for a long time. Okay? I had a briefcase full of cassettes. I know. But Mama, we need a money order. But yeah, me and my husband, Tom, we like hit the club every weekend. We love to hit the club. We have a membership, so every weekend, pretty much, you will find us at the club, at the Sam's Club. Because Tom likes to buy toilet paper and quarter zips in bulk. That's why we go to the Sam's Club. And he tried to convince me that we were going to have an international tasting menu one night. And we wound up at the Sam's Club, and it was like guacamole, turkey sausage, prosciutto and cheese sticks, and like organic toilet bowl cleaner. So... But I will say, he said, listen, I know this is cheesy, it's corny and all that stuff, and I know it's Sam's Club, but, you know, I've had a good run of it at work. I've got a little bit of extra money. So he walks me over to this glass case, and he says, I want you to just pick out any one that you want. And I'm like, are you serious? That and the samples? That's a lot. Nope, pick out anything you want from this case. I got my own 5-pound rotisserie chicken. 5 pounds, all mine. That chicken is all mine. But he's starting to say weird things to me, like he wants to talk about retirement plans. And I'm not that old. And I realized maybe it's not that I'm not that old, as I've never really had a real job, so I'm not tired. And he is. Everybody's nodding at me. I don't appreciate that. But so he started to talk about like retirement plans, and I'm like, not that old. I'm not going to talk about retirement yet. No. And so the other day I was on the Greenway by my house, and I've got my headphones in, and I'm listening to the Rolling Stones, Start Me Up. You know, I'm living my best life, and I look around, and it's much older people are out walking, and then there's like moms with strollers, and I've got my slide-on Skechers, and I was like, oh my God, I have turned into a Centrum Silver commercial. So maybe it is time to start thinking about that. But several years ago, I did cross that threshold, that rite of passage. I am in my early mid-50s. Okay. But I did cross that rite of passage. I had a colonoscopy. I have some questions. I have some ideas to make it a more fun experience. Here's what I think they should do. And I did it old school. I drank the nasty soup prep and had a night and shook the indoor plumbing up a little, and then I went to the doctor's office where they go to school for stuff like that, and they do it. And but what I think at the end of your colonoscopy, what would be a lot of fun is, you know how like when you go to Disney World and you get off a ride and you walk through the gift shop and they have the pictures of you like on the roller coaster and stuff? I think they should offer that like after your colonoscopy. Like, oh, that's when I was just going under. You know, that's when I was waking up. And, you know, they could just, I don't know, put it towards research or something like that. But wouldn't that be fun if you got ready to check out and you were like, oh, I want E17. I like that one. That's going to be my Christmas card. Give me a 5x7 of that. That's fun. That's a lot of fun. So my sister, who thinks she's like pioneer or whatever, she's in her early 50s. But she said, you know, you don't have to go to the doctor's office to have a colonoscopy anymore. You can do it at home yourself. And I was like, I don't know about that. Are you guys familiar with Cologuard? Y'all are like, if she asks if I've done one, I'm not raising my hand. That's your business. You're in the house of the Lord. It's okay. He knows. He knows what's on your heart and in the box. So Cologuard is, and their mascot is this, I don't know what their marketing department was thinking. I guess, I don't know. But it's this little box, and he talks, which is weird in and of itself, and knows a lot about your colon. And so what you do is you call up the Cologuard people and you say, hey, can you send me the little guy? And what you do is you have like this in-home kit, and basically, y'all, you poop in the box, okay? And I'm sure there's some other details. But that's basically is you create a sample and you put it in the box. And then you take the box and you have to mail it. There's so many things in this scenario that I don't, mentally, I can't handle it. First of all, if I was going to mail that, there's a good chance that I would just mail it to somebody I don't like. If you get a package from me, let it go, okay? If you get a Christmas card, it's probably from the colonoscopy picture, but if you get, no. I just don't think I could do it. I don't think, first of all, I could go through all the processes to get it in the box, because, I mean, does it come with, a gown and gloves and goggles, and I don't know. And if you go to my house, there's dishes and socks and dogs everywhere, and I just don't feel like, Mom, what are you putting in that box? I'm like, don't worry about it. So, but yeah, so my sister's like, so yeah, you put the sample in the box. I don't know how the packaging works. I have lots of questions. So then you take the Cologuard box and you can take it to the United States Postal Service. And you walk in with your Cologuard box, and I'm like, hey, you let me do the talking. All the people are there getting like stamps and money orders. I'm here with my box of sample. Sit the little guy up on the counter, and the guy looks you right in the face and says, is there anything liquid, fragile, flammable, any biohazardous material? And I'm like, maybe. I'll know in like 4 to 6 weeks. I can't do it. It's like, give me my box back. I'm going to take it somewhere else. And she says, well, you could take it to UPS. Well, yeah. So I got my box, and I'm walking into the UPS, and everybody's like, got bubble wrap and stuff, and they're getting money orders. So and they walk up, you get to the counter, and they're like, hey, good afternoon, what can Brown do for you? I'm like, oh, I can't, I gotta go. Can't do it. So then my sister's like, well, she said, you can avoid just going in public altogether. She said, what you can do is you can just do the tracking number and do the fill out the little form, and then you put it on the box, and then you call the UPS and say, hey, I got a porch pickup for you. Hang on a second. I want to get ready for this. I'm like, so what, you want me to put my sample guy on the front porch? You want me to put my box of sample on the front porch in my neighborhood? Yeah, and then they'll come pick it up. And I'm like, what if I have Goodwill's coming that day too? What if they take the wrong thing? I mean, I don't know if I feel confident enough to put my sample box out on the front porch and have somebody come pick it up. I don't think I can do that. And what scares me the most about that, it's kind of cringy anyway to know that box is sitting on the front porch, but I'm so worried that a dog is going to be like, what's that smell? Or, we've got raccoons and coyotes and stuff, and I'm so afraid that, they're going to call me up from UPS. Yeah, we came to pick it up, and there was nothing there. How do I track that? I don't know how I track that. It's gone. Maybe a dog came and got it. I don't know what happened to my box. And that little box guy, he's screaming, help me, help me. So I don't know what happened to the box, but so, you know, do any of you guys ever get on your neighborhood or your HOA Facebook page? I do it just for entertainment. People are so just ugly and mean and passive aggressive about everything. And there's just always that neighbor that's like, you know, reporting somebody for speeding in the roundabout, or you left your garbage cans out too long, or, you know, I heard one the other day. It was terrible. It was like the kids were getting off the bus, and they were walking down the sidewalk, and they reached up and they were pulling leaves off the trees. And this bothered the neighbor immensely. And then this is the worst. I don't know if you guys have had experience with this neighbor, but I believe in being a responsible pet owner. And when you take your dog for a walk, you make sure you have the bags and you clean up after your pet. I totally agree. If you don't do that, you may have this neighbor who finds it necessary to go out and take photos of whose dog left this in my front yard. And they will actually post pictures of this, you know, dog waste. And they don't just, you know, they don't just take one picture, they take it from like different angles. So you see it from above, you see it from behind. Like, am I going to recognize if that belongs to my dog? I don't know. So somebody posted something like that the other day, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So I'm looking at the pictures and like is that our house in the background? And I'm like, see this picture, and I'm like, wait a minute. And so I zoom in, and sure enough, right there in the background is a chewed up Cologuard box. Thank y'all. Have a good evening. Any questions? Any questions? You need a soda. I kind of did this backwards tonight. Typically, we do a welcome and some announcements and stuff. So before you leave, I do want to give a special thank you to the United Women of Faith who have done this event for, I want to say this is about 14 or 15 years. So thank you so much. I always look forward to it so much. And thank you for coming. And Carl is the sound guy in the back. Can we give it up for Carl? Thank you. And just a shameless plug, invite me to come to your fundraisers, to your women's groups, to your senior groups, to your birthday parties or whatever. I love to go talk to people, and the sound of your laughter just brings me all the joy in the world. So thank you for coming out. And if you need a church home, you just need to come to the first 5 minutes of our 11 o'clock service, because that's when I read the announcements, and then you can go. Okay, but we'd love to have you join us on Sundays at 9:57 or at 11 right here in the sanctuary. Y'all, thank you so much, and good night.